Still got one prisoner unaccounted for. Mark Roberts. He was seated in 10D.
I guess the river got him.
No, the river didn't get this guy. He's loose. If you can't find him dead someplace, he's running, folks. We got a fugitive.
U.S. Marshals is a 1998 sequel to the 1993 hit film, The Fugitive. Senior Deputy U.S. Marshal Sam Gerard, played by Tommy Lee Jones, and his team of deputies, including Cosmo Renfro, played by Joe Pantoliano, Bobby Biggs, played by Daniel Roebuck, Savannah Cooper, played by LaTanya Richardson, and Noah Newman, played by Tom Wood, capture dangerous fugitives on the streets of Chicago. One of them, Michael Conroy, played by Donald Gibb, is quite a handful.
Hey, look at that! We're on TV! Make it louder!
The Conroy brothers were then brought here to the federal courthouse for an extradition hearing.
This guy, when he grabbed you by the throat, I thought I was going to take a dump.
I did. I had to go change my underwear.
Conroys had apparently been holed up.
Hey, look at my head, man! 27 stitches! Look at this!
27 stitches, my ass!
During the raid, both brothers were wounded. The Conroys have made allegations of excessive use of force, particularly against the Senior Deputy Marshal Samuel Gerard.
I don't look like that. That guy's ugly.
Hey, Sammy, nice suit. Listen, she'll have a martini and we'll take a check.
Who died? Shut up.
Reporting from outside the federal courthouse, Decia Vela, reporting for Channel 2 News, Chicago. Lester?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a huge United States Marshal Service. Ladies and gentlemen, you put hands together for the United States Marshal Service.
Noah Newman, Cosmo Renfro, Savannah Cooper, Bobby Biggs. You guys are without doubt sorriest excuse for a warrant squad I ever had to work with.
In the meantime, tow truck driver Mark Warren, played by Wesley Snipes, is injured in an auto accident. When his girlfriend Marie Banu, played by Irene Jacob, arrives at the hospital, she finds that Mark is being arrested for possession of an illegal handgun. However, Mark's fingerprints come back revealing that he is a federal fugitive named Mark Roberts, wanted for a double homicide of 2 diplomatic security service agents in New York City.
You ever tried towing a car on the Dan Ryan at 3 o'clock in the morning without a handgun?
What about East 42nd, 1st Avenue in New York City?
No, what about it?
Ever been there?
No.
Never?
Never.
Oh. Then you wouldn't know anything about the double homicide that took place there last December.
Obviously not.
That's interesting, because the prints we took off you flagged this. Federal arrest warrant for Mark Roberts. The prints from the crime scene match yours.
This is bullshit. Don't make me talk to a lawyer.
Get a lawyer over at the criminal court. That's your extradition hearing. You're going back to New York.
While on a date with a beautiful television news reporter, Sam finds himself chastised by his boss, Marshal Catherine Walsh, played by Kate Nelligan, with whom it seems he once shared a romantic past.
Did I do something?
Yeah. You hit your prisoner while he was in handcuffs. That's against the rules. If he had any brains, he'd sue us.
He bit one of my kids. He got smacked on the head. So what?
So what?
Yeah, so what?
27 stitches of so what?
He needed a smack on the head. That's what he got. What's the big deal? Come on.
Look, DC wants to take full advantage of this Conroy bust. Here is what you are going to do. You are going to personally escort these clowns to the federal pen. You are going to give a little speech to the press. You are going to do a nice little PR song and a dance. And then you are going to go fishing. Or something. You're going to take a vacation. You're going to be happy. Okay?
Aboard a prisoner transport flight alongside Gerard, Roberts thwarts an assassination attempt by a prisoner with an improvised firearm, but the bullet shoots a massive hole in the side of the airplane, blowing the would-be assassin away to his death.
What the hell was that going on? Cabin pressure. Oxygen mask on. We're thinking 2,000.
The plane crashes into the Ohio River, flipping upside down and filling with water fast.
Hey, go in that water, man! somewhere?
No.
Good. Pull that line on these shackles and get this guy out. Play any tricks, our guys will shoot you.
Gerard tries to rescue as many of the surviving prisoners as he can, while Robert slips away and escapes. Gerard's team arrives on the scene, beginning the search for the escaped fugitive.
Sam used up 8 of his 9 lives on this one.
He's over there, look.
Where? Whoa.
Looks like he's in one piece.
Sammy, how you doing? Hey, you think they got a fat-free menu in this joint?
What are you talking about?
I'm starving. Is anybody else hungry?
I don't believe you too.
That's good.
How can you talk about food at a time like this?
Right, you know, I wonder if they have the, you know, that vinegar barbecue?
Yeah,
You know?
on the French fries.
Yeah, but it's on the meat, it's on the French
Yeah,
fries.
it's big in England.
Oh, it's big everywhere. It's
Space.
delicious. I hope they have that.
You all right, boss?
No, he's got my clothes.
I do. Nice, huh?
DDS Special Agent John Royce, played by Robert Downey Jr., arrives on scene as well, and Sam is informed that he will be assigned to the Marshal team to help with the manhunt of Mark Roberts.
Take off your sunglasses.
Why?
So I can see your face.
Hi.
How'd you pull this duty?
Your fugitive murdered 2 of my friends. I volunteered.
You ever make a fugitive arrest before?
No, planning to shortly.
You have a weapon?
Yeah, a big one. How about you?
You sure you want to get cute with me?
The team makes their way to a backwoods Kentucky swamp.
All right, gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? We are going to divide up and search this swamp. 1 law enforcement officer with each one of you. Which one of you knows the most about this terrain? All right, which one of you is the ugliest, most inbred country son of a bitch out here? You come with me.
While there, Royce spots Roberts. Roberts grabs Royce's gun, shooting Gerard and escaping once again.
You forget about the plane?
Look around you. You're caught. It's over. Let's go home.
Nah. You go home.
Mark gets in touch with Marie, informing her that while he had done work as a government agent, he was betrayed in New York and only acted in self-defense.
Before we met, I worked for the government. I was on a routine assignment when it was ambushed. I killed 2 men in self-defense. Marie, I did not murder anyone. You have to believe me. I wouldn't lie to you.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna find the person who set me up and clear my name. It's something I thought I could hide from, but I guess I can't.
Following the fugitive to New York City, Gerard and Walsh confront the DDS director, who informs them that Mark Roberts is actually Mark Sheridan, a former CIA Special Activities Division agent who they suspect sold United States State Department secrets to the Chinese government.
I admit it was wrong to withhold information from you, but the fact remains Sheridan killed those agents. He's still at large, he's armed, he's dangerous. Until we have him, we will not know the extent of the leak. Well, now you have your precious information. What do you intend to do?
Catch him.
Gerard's team tracks Sheridan to a cemetery where he catches a DDS special agent collecting a delivery from a Chinese assassin, forcing the agent to admit to a larger conspiracy to frame Sheridan. Marie arrives just as the assassin shoots at Sheridan, killing the DDS agent instead. Sheridan decides to run, hoping to clear his name, while Royce, Gerard, and the U.S. Marshals are hot on his trail. Following the success of The Fugitive, Warner Brothers Pictures began developing a follow-up film with early drafts incorporating Harrison Ford's character of Dr. Richard Kimball, which ultimately failed to convince Harrison Ford to return. In October 1995, it was reported that Tommy Lee Jones was set to reprise his role as U.S. Marshal Sam Gerard in either a spin-off titled U.S. Marshals or a direct sequel to The Fugitive, both of which were being written by John Pogue. In December 1996, it was reported that David Duchovny was considered as a possible co-star. Samuel L. Jackson was considered for the role of Mark Sheridan. In January 1997, Wesley Snipes was reportedly being considered for the role after producers were impressed with his performance in the 1997 film Murder at 1600. Director Stuart Bayard filmed the movie in 66 different locations. He said that the logistics of it were horrendous and it was like a circus. The swamp scenes were shot on Reelfoot Lake in northwest Tennessee, in the same location that was used for 1957's Raintree County and the 1967 film In the Heat of the Night. Joe Pantoliano said of the location filming, quote, "When the studio sends you a basket of mosquito repellent, you know you're in for a tough one," end quote. All of the interiors of the Marshals' offices were shot on the 20th floor of 444 North Michigan Avenue in Chicago, Illinois, which was the same location that was used for shooting the interiors of the office in the first film. The filmmakers studied plane crash videos and photos to see how a plane would break apart. Despite the look of a small jet, the plane used is an actual Boeing 727. For shooting the scene of the airplane crash, the production leased a real Boeing 727 from a Las Vegas casino owner, purchased 2 fuselages for post-crash scenes, and built a 1,000-pound model for the actual moment of impact. In film shots of the plane in water, filmmakers anchored the 40,000-pound plane in the Ohio River. The plane could be flooded with water on cue. The scene of the crash was shot on a miniature road 1,200 feet long, with the 1,000-pound model plane moving at 60 miles per hour. Because it was a one-shot only situation, it was filmed by 9 different cameras. The sequence was primarily directed by visual effects supervisor Peter Downey, and in total, the entire scene took 75 people 6 months to put it all together. The jet plane that was crashed in the movie is now located in a flooded rock quarry near Mermet, Illinois. The pilot of the 727 is played by Steve King, a real-life pilot. The director, Stuart Bayard, wanted real pilots instead of actors to give a more authentic feel. The scenes of the fuselage in the water were shot in the Ohio River in Illinois, while all of the interiors of the plane were shot on a stage in Chicago, Illinois, with the fuselage rigged to a complex gimbal system to simulate the jolting motion of the crash. For shooting the scenes on the plane, the director and production designer Meyer Ahmed looked at real prisoner transport flights and were disappointed to find out that they looked just like regular planes. As such, they came up with the idea of the plane scene in the movie: the feet restraints, the cage door, the mechanical locking system, and other things. Interior shots of the sinking plane were filmed in a warehouse on Chicago's southwest side. The entire plane cabin sat on a rocking platform that could be lifted or rotated using joysticks. Wesley Snipes did not like shooting the scenes where he was in the water because he cannot swim. The reason the filmmakers worked so hard on the plane crash scene is because they knew they had to try and top the train crash from The Fugitive. In the original script, Samuel Gerard was introduced dressed up as a priest. Director Stuart Bayard and costume designer Louise Frogley didn't like this idea. They didn't think it was interesting enough, so they came up with the idea of a chicken outfit. Sheridan was initially arrested because he was carrying a handgun in Chicago, Illinois. At the time, Chicago had a handgun ban that was passed in 1982. In 2010, the United States Supreme Court struck down the ban as unconstitutional. In the first film, actress L. Scott Caldwell played Marshal Poole. However, she was unavailable for this film, and so her character was written out, and actress LaTanya Richardson, wife of Samuel L. Jackson, was cast as a similar character named Cooper. Robert Downey Jr. worked with real government agents to prepare for his role as John Royce. Towards the end of the production shoot, the cast and crew had to wait several days without filming for Robert Downey Jr. to show up and finish the movie. The only scenes left to shoot were the hospital scenes towards the end of the film, and there was no way to shoot them without Robert Downey Jr. He finally arrived and finished his scenes, reportedly without feeling the need for an explanation or an apology. Robert Downey Jr.'s struggles with repeated addiction and convictions were very well known at the time. Robert Downey Jr. did not enjoy working on this movie. In an interview, he said he thought maybe something was missing and he should do movies like the ones he likes taking his kid to. but it wound up being really depressing. Robert Downey Jr. said, quote, "I'd rather wake up in jail for a TB test than have to wake up another morning knowing that I'm going to the set of U.S. Marshals," end quote. U.S. Marshals was released in the movie theaters on March 8, 1998, and was a box office success, grossing a total of $102.4 million. The film opened at number 2 behind only Titanic, which was still holding its insane number 1 spot at the box office, and would do so for a total of 15 weeks.
I went for the 645 Marshalls, please.
I first saw this movie when it was new on cable and video in late 1998, early 1999. My father actually told me about it. I remember him saying to me, "Michael, fucking Tommy Lee Jones, the fucking Ohio River, fucking Sam Gerard, U.S. Marshals, is fucking incredible." There was a lot of hype about the whole Ohio River plane crash scene. I remember it was really a big deal for an action movie.
Like The Fugitive's epic bus versus train wreck, U.S. Marshals features a massive stunt, this time a plane crash. The crash scene required everything from wind machines to smashing up replicas of the plane along the Ohio River to shooting on a gimbal to getting wet.
This movie works, and I think those who question why a sequel to The Fugitive was made have to remember that around this time, 1998, Tommy Lee Jones was huge. A-list. He had won an Academy Award for playing Sam Gerard in The Fugitive. Between Batman Forever and Volcano and Men in Black, Tommy Lee Jones was huge at the time, and it absolutely seemed like the natural thing to do would be to come back and play the character of Sam Gerard in another Fugitive movie. I love this character. I wish there had been more Sam Gerard films starring Tommy Lee Jones. The plot does get a bit convoluted, in my opinion, and Wesley Snipes' character is not quite as innocent as Harrison Ford's character was, which does muddy the waters a bit. I mean, he does shoot Tommy Lee Jones in the vest, but still, he shoots at him. Hell, I think they should have made the second character a true evil, smart bad guy, and made it even tougher for Gerard to get him rather than just rehash the same formula of Gerard chasing a fugitive and gradually discovering he's innocent. Nevertheless, if you're a fan of Wesley Snipes, Robert Downey Jr., Tommy Lee Jones, or The Fugitive, I highly recommend the 1998 action thriller sequel, U.S. Marshals.